There's a different road for you to travel down here at this time, Sagittarius. Hey there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your week of November 15th, 2021 General Tarot reading. We got pop-outs for you too already. Leo had a bit of that. But this is, wow, another pop-out for you. Wow. So this is your General Tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your energy coming into this week. Some possible challenges and some possible outcomes for you. We're going to clarify all those cards and then tie everything off with an oracle card at the end of the video, so you're going to stick around for all that. These are general readings though, Sagittarius, so some, all, or none of this may resonate with you. If it does resonate, that's great, but if some of it doesn't, or all of it doesn't, then that just means it's not part of your message, or it just isn't your message. So don't try to make something fit that doesn't, and we'll be all sailing good. So without further ado, let's get to the rest of your cards to start off here. We got the Chariot, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords, or the Six of Wands rather. Jesus, Gemini Christmas. And so we're starting things off with the Nine of Pentacles. I believe Aries also had the Nine of Pentacles in their reading, so you may want to go give that a check out as well. But we're starting things off Nine of Pentacles, just you feeling good, like you know you should at this time. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of enjoying the hard work you've put in, kind of taking some time to just relax, bask in the beauty you've created, in the glory. You've achieved in the light that you've worked so hard to create here at this time. So I love that. It can be a card of being a bit on your own too, so maybe just enjoying it yourself, maybe not necessarily not letting others enjoy it as well, but maybe taking a bit more for yourself than you would for other people too, right? So it ain't about them, it's about you, right? So I love that. We got the Chariot here as well, sign of Cancer, so you might have Cancer in your chart. Might be dealing with a Cancer this week as well. I'm a Cancer sun myself, so are we Cancer buddies? Let me know down in the comments below. But the Chariot is all about success. It's all about overcoming challenges, making things go the way you want them to here. These two Sphinxes on the outside here represent external challenges, external forces here in your life, and they kind of want to pull you whichever way they want to pull you. But with the Chariot, you take the reins, you make them go where you want them to go, right? So that's awesome. So I feel like you're very proactive at this time, very much doing what you want to do, being very positive as well. And, like, this is just looking really great. And especially as we come down to the Six of Wands as well. The Six of Wands is about walking the walk and talking the talk, right? So that's awesome. You're really just going for it, doing what you're saying what you meaning what you say. Yeah, whatever. Like, just going for it. So I like that. The Six of Wands also represents success and celebrations too. So just a ton of good things here. You're coming in such a strong, powerful way here this week, Sagittarius. So let's take a look at some possible challenges for you. See what might be happening here, Sagittarius. See what storm clouds are going to try and rain on your parade here. So we're starting things off with the Six of Swords here, and let's see what else we got for you. Got the Empress as well, and the Eight of Wands. All right, speed is a thing for you this week, Sagittarius. As Cancer's card, the Chariot is the fastest card in the deck. The Eight of Wands is the second fastest card in the deck. So speed, movement. Maybe you're having a bit of a move this week. Maybe moving into a bigger house at this time. Maybe something like that. Could be you're just moving in general, maybe doing a lot of traveling at this time as well. Where the Eight of Wands is here, it may be going a little slower than you want it to, right? Because the Chariot is the fastest, so maybe we're shifting down a little bit, so we're not quite going as quick as you like here at this time. With the Six of Swords here as well, it is a card of kind of moving from rough waters into the calm waters. So this might be a case where you feel like you're kind of just stuck in the rough waters, even though we are having the success and stuff. Might feel like we're not making as much progress forward as we would like, right? And especially where we kind of shifted down the speed a bit here with the Eight of Wands as well. Could be a bit of some trouble there too. With the Empress here as well, could be some abundance issues for you. Might be something like that where it's like, you might be trying to accomplish some things and they're not quite giving you the rewards you want them to give, right? You're kind of like, oh, we were promised the X, Y, and Z, but we're not actually getting X, Y, and Z. We're only getting X and Y, right? Like we're not getting entirely everything we'd like. The Empress can also be a sign of fertility as well. So maybe this is kind of a thing where you're trying to conceive at this time with your partner, possibly here. So very interesting there as well. Maybe we're just having some troubles. Maybe, things aren't going as well as we'd like. Again, like things aren't moving along as quick as we want. We're kind of in the rough waters where we're trying to conceive. We're trying to do what we want to do here, but it's just kind of not going our way here. So those are some possibilities, but let's take a look and see what we got here for some potential outcome cards for you here, Sagittarius. Hopefully we got some good news coming for you here. All right, so let's see. Got the Two of Swords, the Hermit, and the King of Cups. All right. So the Hermit here is the sign of Virgo, so you might be dealing with a Virgo through this week. It might have Virgo in your chart. I'm a Virgo rising myself, so are we Virgo buddies too? Or are we just Virgo buddies? If so, let me know down in the comments below. But the Hermit, awesome. The Hermit's about going to the mountaintop and seeing what really you want out of your life. If you notice here in the Hermit's lantern, there's the star card, and that represents your wishes, things you want to have happen, and you're using that light to guide you forward. So it's kind of a thing where you kind of reflect, and is this really what you want? Like, is the path you're going down right now really the one you're after? Or is this just kind of you're going down here because that's what's expected of you, or that's kind of like you were always going this way, and like, but now you're kind of like questioning it a bit, but you're still staying on the path just because you don't know where else to go, right? So maybe you need to take some time and really reflect here. With the Two of Swords here as well, the Two of Swords represents kind of being in your comfort zone and maybe having a bit of a need to get out of it. As you can see here, there's these new lands behind her, and if she took these blindfolds off, she would see that there are new lands and there's new places to explore and discover, and all sort of exciting possibilities here. So maybe, again, there's a different road for you to travel down here at this time, Sagittarius, and you just kind of need to take a look around instead of being blindfolded and being like, well, I'm here and this is just where I've always been, or the path I've always been on. With the King of Cups here as well, the King of Cups is the kind of the idea of the King of Cups is of like, he is the master of his emotions. He does not let his emotions master him. He's sort of that been there, done that kind of attitude where he's not going to get too worked up if things don't go his way, right? He's going to be like, all right, well, that happened, let's carry on, right? He's not going to let his emotions hamper his progress, hamper where he's trying to get to, or try to knock him off his throne here. It's interesting because I feel like that might be a case where if you do have that kind of like that lane shift where you're on a different path now, just don't be, so worked up like to say like, oh, I wasted my life, or I wasted all this time doing this other thing. It's like, well, maybe you just need to have that shift, and it's like, well, now I'm on the right path. Let's not worry about it, right? Like, it's a good thing we had that lane change, right? Or else we would have been, we would have been falling behind, or we would have been in the wrong spot. So it's a good thing this has happened. Rather than sitting there being negative about it, or being like, oh God, no, this has all gone wrong. So let's look at some clarifiers for you. We got a couple pop-outs already to start things out, but thank you so much for being here with me, Sagittarius. I appreciate it so much. Remember, we're going to tie everything off with an oracle card at the end of the video, so you're going to want to stick around for that. But thank you again for being here, for sticking it out this long, and let's see what else we got for you here for clarifiers for you, Sagittarius. We got the Nine of Swords to start. We've got the Eight of Swords as well, and we got the Seven of Swords. So interesting. That's an interesting little combo. So a lot of stuff going on with your thoughts and maybe your communication as well here. Your inner, sort of mind, your inner voice, that kind of thing here. With the Nine of Swords, it's a card of kind of anxieties and fears and nightmares coming in on you, where you feel like, you feel like sort of, when's it all going to go wrong? Maybe I'm screwing up. Again, we were talking a bit about here with the Hermit and the King of Cups, maybe having that lane change. Maybe this is back here worrying you're not on the right path. But the King of Cups is going to tell you, well, at least we found the right path, right? So don't let that worry you. You're in a good position to make that transition, though, at this time. So I love that. With the Eight of Swords here, maybe you've just been restricting yourself because you never thought you could do this. You never thought you could change, right? It's never too late to go down a different path. One of my favorite things is this wrestler. His name is Diamond Dallas Page, and he started wrestling when he was like in his like late 30s, I believe, or like his early to like mid 30s, which is like unheard of. Like usually when wrestlers start wrestling, it's like in their like they're 18 or something, right? It's like when they're young. And he started wrestling when he was about like in his like mid or early to mid 30s, and he ended up becoming like world heavyweight champion, which is like crazy, right? Like but that's incredible. And but you know, before that he was just like a wrestling manager. He wasn't like an actual competitor. So it's very interesting that like you can do that, and it's like you can do that too. It's never too late to change and transition, right? You've got your whole life ahead of you here at this time. And with the Seven of Swords here, it might be a kind of a case where, again, this is kind of a card of like protection. Maybe you felt like you had to protect yourself. You had to kind of be like, oh, okay, I'm taking these swords away so that I don't get hurt. Like you're taking away these options so that you don't like that's not even on the table to change lanes. It's not even on the table to change the path you're on, right? It's like we just got these two swords over here. This is it. Or maybe that's you carrying away all the paths you thought were open to you, and you left these other two behind, right? And maybe those are some more options to you here, Sagittarius. So let's take a look and see what we got for clarifying your challenge cards here to Sagittarius. All right, see what we got. Got the Zawoldo, the World, the Two of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. All right. So with Zawoldo, the World represents a big time ending here, a big time conclusion. And again, that might be something that's a little in the distance for you, where you feel like this isn't going to happen. Like maybe that's why you're considering this change at this time, is because the end looks so far off, or it looks like we're never going to get into those calm waters. We're not going to have that abundance that we want here at this time. And it just feels like we're never going to get there. Or it maybe seems way further away than before, right? It might have seemed like, yeah, I'm going to accomplish my goals like a year or two down the road. And now it's looking like it's going to be 5 or 10 or something like that. Could be. So yeah, it's that's possibly the case for you, or you feel like this is too big of a change for you, because the world is a completion. So it could be the feeling like you don't want to change, you don't want to complete, you don't want to end the path you're on now and go to a different one. You don't want to start over. With the Two of Cups here, it represents a choice you have to make. Like twos are choices. Like the Two of Swords as well, it represents, are you going to stay pat, or are you going to go on a new adventure, right? The Two of Cups can represent that. Like which cup do you choose? Which path do you take, right? So again, just a decision here. Maybe you're worrying about whether you have to make that decision or not. You kind of want this completion to happen so that you don't have to make that decision, right? And with the Knight of Cups here, I feel like the Knight of Cups is interesting here because much like the King of Cups, he's in the water. Now, normally he's depicted as kind of on the other side of the bank, like he's getting ready to go into the water. Across the river. So I feel like for you, it could be very much a case here, Sagittarius, where it's like you're in the water and you're like, I don't want to, like maybe this isn't the river I'm supposed to be crossing. Right? And you're like, I don't want to turn around and go find the right one or go do whatever. It's like, I'm already this far, like, I'm so close to the shore on the other side. Like, why do I have to, why should I turn around now? But like, but is that really what you want? Do you want to keep doing something that isn't necessarily the thing that satisfies you, that you want to really come true? So let's take a look and clarify your outcome cards here as well, Sagittarius. All right. See what we got. Got cards flipping on you all over the place. Jeez Louise. All right, so what do we got? Got the Knight of Swords here now. We got the Nine of Pentacles again. And we got the Hanged Man as well. Okay, so there's the Nine of Pentacles repeating. So again, enjoying your work you've been putting in here. Enjoying what you've done, enjoying and basking in that glory, basking in your accomplishment, your achievements here, and really enjoying that work that you've done. So again, with that repeating, that's a strong message here. So enjoy, enjoy. I feel like that's a strong thing for you to enjoy what you've already accomplished. Maybe you're going to try something new. You're going to do something. You're going to have that path change here that we've been talking so much about. But enjoy what you've done before. Just because, what is it someone says? It's not time you spent in doing something you love is not time wasted, right? And so this hasn't been a giant waste of time. It's just been something that you've been doing that got you to this point, and now you can use that knowledge on top of like this knowledge that you want to do something else. You want to have another challenge, a different challenge, and go forward with that. And it's not a big deal. Just you enjoyed doing all this other stuff, so it wasn't a waste of time. So I like that. With the Hangman here, that's that new perspective we were talking about with the Hermit, like getting to that mountaintop, finding that reflection, really delving deep here. The Hangman represents a new insight you've gained by looking at things from a different perspective here. So I love that. That's awesome. And with the Knight of Swords here as well, I feel like you're going to be taking action going forward very quickly once you realize whether you're staying where you're at or you're moving on as well. Because like the Hangman can also represent like staying put, as the Two of Swords does. So again, like it can go either way. You can keep doing what you're doing, or you can change lanes and go on to something else here. The choice is yours. We have a lot of options here for you, and it's all up to you. What do you want here? Use your mind wisely, as the pig spirit would say, as a nice little bonus for you here. Here, Sagittarius. So we're going to tie everything off with an oracle card here to end off the video. Thank you so much for making it this far. Hope this has been helping you out. Hope this has been resonating with you, Sagittarius. But let's see what we got for you for your oracle card. Got the owl spirit. You see clearly now, right? And you see clearly from the mountaintop. With the Hermit, you see clearly when you take the blindfold off. With the Two of Swords there, you see clearly when you look from a different perspective with the Hangman. It's all about how you're seeing things now. And do you see it as, I need to change things up because this is what I want to do now? Or do you see it as, I like what I'm doing here, I want to maintain that because I love what I do? So that is fantastic. So if you want to help out the channel here, Sagittarius, you can hit that like button. Lets YouTube know that you like the content. You can subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. And that way I'm easier to find if you want to check out some more videos. You can also check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one, see what might all be coming for you in the week ahead. And I hope this has helped you out, and I hope to see you in the next video.